So you made your debut in the early 90s. Talk to me about the training, that you went through. I mean, I'd imagine it
This
was
is where it
very,
gets
very
comical.
intense.
This is where it gets comical because um, anybody watching professional wrestling, you'll see um, a move that is involved in everything is being able to flip. I couldn't flip. If I'm working a match and somebody gives me a suplex, somebody gives me a hip toss, tosses me out of the corner, whatever it is, I can flip and go. But for the tryout, you need to stand there yourself and just take a step, jump in the air, flip, land on your back. I could never do it. I could never do it. So they let me go through my training, and normally guys would train 3 to 6 months to get their first match. I trained for over 2 years, and they wouldn't let me have my match. They finally were like, it took promoter at the time, Joel Goodhart from the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. I was like, after 2 years, I was like, I'm done. I quit. Like, I'm out. Like this, I'm never going to get to debut. I'm never going to flip. And he said, come down to the ring on this date. I'm going to help you out. So I meet him down there and I go and I went with my sister, who my sister was like my biggest supporter, and she was actually 15 years older than me. So, and she was helping me go through the training and all financially. So I go with her, and he comes walking in. He brings Paul Orndorff and Nature Boy Buddy Landau with him, and they get in the ring and work with me. And at that point, like it was real quick with Orndorff. Orndorff got in, locked up, gives me a hip toss. He looks down me. Can I curse?
Yeah, go for it.
He goes, "You know what your problem is, boy? You're too fucking fat." And I'm looking up and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I get up and he walks out of the ring and he goes to the gym and trains. Landell hops in the ring. He's like, fuck that guy. He's like, come on, let's work. And literally works a match with me. Work like a 5 quick minute match. And he turns to Joel and says, give this kid his match. Let him work. Let him debut. And, I owe it to Buddy. And from that point on, me and Buddy Landell became very good friends for many years until he passed away.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. This is a very tough industry because you have to sacrifice so much, and you're put through the ringer. You do all these workouts and drills. It's a lot. It takes out on you. Do you recall any pieces of advice that your trainers gave you that you still apply to today outside of wrestling?
The biggest lesson I really learned in professional wrestling, which turned out to be not only a life lesson in the business, but a life lesson in life. And that was by a guy named Johnny Hotbody, who I'm still very close friends with to this day. Um, we were, in the gym training, and as you're training, you end up sitting on the ring apron telling stories, and we're having a discussion about the business. And at that point, the tag team titles and the federation had changed, and I voiced my opinion. I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't think they're that good. I don't understand why they put the straps on them. And he got in my face. He's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, how dare you? You've never worked a match professionally. You've never been paid to be a professional wrestler. What gives you the right to judge another person in the ring? He's like, you have no respect. And I was like backed up because I thought he was going to hit me. And I was like, oh shit. All right. And then like that always to this day, I could still picture it clear as day. It's stuck with me. And at that point forward, I learned respect for people in the ring and out of the ring. And I use that in my everyday life.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll have to learn lessons the hard way, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so you train, put the work in, you make your debut. Were you nervous, scared?
I was petrified. Petrified. Um, because always in the back of my head was that situation A with the flip. And then, I mean, I actually, what happened was Tri-State Wrestling Alliance goes out of business. And a few months later, new person steps in, which happens to be Todd Gordon, restarts the promotion as ECW now, which is now Eastern Championship Wrestling. And Todd didn't know me from Adam, but person who helped finish my training, Jimmy Janetti, um, and some other people, put a word in and said, "Hey, like this dude's been around, give him a tryout." So he gave me and my partner a tryout as the Hell. We did the biker gimmick, the Hell Riders, and our tryout match was against Stevie Richards and a guy by the name of Delaware Dynamo who worked under a hood. And after the match, Todd was like, "I love it. You're on. You're in." So he started booking us every show.
Yeah, I mean those early days of ECW are just interesting to watch years later because you see how it how it's
A
it's
great way
it's
to put it.
it's you see differences between how it started before it started evolving into what we know now as Extreme Championship Wrestling. But you start seeing ECW in the early days. You see all these performers. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this is amazing what they're able to do, and look at where they went. I mean.